Hello, today I'll be talking about sensory needs in the classroom for children with exceptionalities. This presentation will go over strategies, instructional techniques, and environmental concerns that can help all children. I will share with you 5 ways educators can help all children with sensory needs in their classroom. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Coulas. I am a registered early childhood educator as well as a childcare resource consultant. In my role, I go into different daycares throughout the Kingston community, and I get to help build educators' capacity if they work with children with exceptionalities. Many of the ways I help is by providing tips and strategies for various sensory needs. Sometimes I go into a classroom and I can offer simple suggestions that can make a big difference. As a resource consultant, I get the privilege of going into various classrooms and can share all the different things I see. That being said, what works for one classroom educator or child may not work for everyone. I also suggest that when educators try new strategies, routines, and expectations, they try to keep them and stick to them for at least 2 to 4 weeks before they decide if it's right for them. This is a picture of the resource library at my work. It's one of the things I get to do as a resource consultant. I take items and I lend them out to classrooms. Many of these items are for sensory needs, like fidgets, earphones, jewelry, adaptive equipment for seating and eating. The first thing educators must remember, students with sensory processing challenges can have trouble managing everything their senses are taking in. That means in their classroom, they often have to cope with sounds, smells, textures, and other sensations that get in the way of learning. Something as small as a pair of wet socks or fluorescent lighting could dysregulate their whole day. Sensory considerations can help all children, not just children with exceptionalities. You don't need a medical professional to start figuring out and implementing sensory needs. Basic child development can allow educators and parents to discover a child's likes and dislikes and start making accommodations. Children with sensory challenges may have a delay in milestones and screeners. The CDC Developmental Milestone website is an easy-to-use tool where educators and parents can easily see milestones by age, as well as tips to reach the next developmental milestone. Collaboration with medical professionals can help create individualized support for children with difficulties with sensory sensitivities. I will share with you 5 ways educators can help all children with sensory needs in the classroom. Incorporating sensory play isn't overwhelming, it's actually a lot of fun. Number 1, there are many environmental considerations educators can easily fix that benefit all children. Being mindful to fluorescent light, and using natural light when possible. Here's a picture of one of my classrooms and one of the ways they were able to reduce the fluorescent lighting in their classroom. Number 2, children need access to sensory items such as fidgets, adaptive seating, jewelry, earphones, as well as children need to be taught how to use them. Educators need to role model how to use the items as well as how to ask for body breaks and do self-regulation skills. Number 3, all children should be comfortable in their classroom, and educators should consider everyone's needs when designing the room. Creating a calm corner, ways to get deep pressure within the classroom, and providing enough open space for equipment or for just space for someone to move their body to help regulate their own sensory needs through spinning, jumping, or rocking. Number 4, remembering that often visual processing is a strength for children who have trouble with sensory processing. Visuals are important for memory and are beneficial for all children. Posting visual schedules for routines, to-do lists, classroom expectations, first then boards, these are all ways we can help children learn. Other strategies that make a difference include having a consistent daily routine, giving advance notice when the routine is going to be changing, offering brain and body breaks throughout the day, establishing clear starting and end times for tasks. Number 5. Research shows that children do better in school when parents are involved. This applies for sensory needs as well. Try to get parents involved. They can share about their child's interests and can help provide sensory opportunities for children before coming into your classroom and at the end of the day to unwind. Occupational therapists can offer support to children, educators, and parents by sharing ideas and resources. A study in 2010 showed that children had better results in therapy for sensory regulatory difficulties if parents were involved. Motor development is heavily influenced by a child's muscle tone and sensory system. Finding ways to incorporate vestibular and proprioceptive activities throughout the day can benefit children with sensory needs. Some deep pressure activities can even be done in the classroom. All educators need to adapt the learning environment and the way learning is provided based on the children in their classroom's needs. A study showed that ECEs use a variety of classroom activities to help children learn, and the presence of children with disabilities did not restrict the use of these classroom activities. I think the older grades could learn from the early childhood educators. I encourage all educators to consider how they can adapt their classroom and teaching style to accommodate those sensory needs. In this picture, you can see there's a footprints where the children line up, but they also are allowed to play with the sensory tables that are open throughout the day, but also during their waiting time. Thank you for coming to my presentation. I hope you learned something today, and don't be afraid to don't be afraid to try something new or do some research on your own on how you can help meet sensory needs of the children in your room. Thank you.